Congratulations, humans, for inventing yet another way to get hooked on nicotine. The wondrous vaping is humanity's latest attempt to inhale something other than plain old air. Let us dive into this misty realm of electronic nicotine delivery, shall we? Since the mid 2000s, when some genius decided that traditional cigarettes weren't techy enough, vaping devices have been on a meteoric rise. Now picture this. By 2019, a whopping 42 million adults globally thought, you know what, I would love to suck on a battery powered stick. This zoomed up to 68 million in 2020 and 82 million in 2022. At this rate, today more than 100 million are vaping away. Now, that's what I call progress. And let's not forget the youth, always at the forefront of questionable trends. In the United States, the 2023 National Youth Tobacco Survey found that 10% of high school students were current e cigarette users because apparently homework and acne weren't enough to deal with. They wanted something more challenging and exciting, of course. Internationally, it is a veritable vaping variety show. The United Kingdom, ever the trendsetter, boasts an adult vaping rate of 8.3%. France follows with 5.5%, Canada with 5%, and New Zealand with 4.3%. Meanwhile, Japan and Sweden are sitting in the corner, preferring their heated tobacco and snus. How quaint! You would be justified in asking, what is this heated tobacco and snus? Don't worry, curiosity will not kill the cat in this case. These are the results of humanity's endless quest to find healthier ways to consume nicotine. Here's the Here's the latest chapter in our species' creative dance with addiction. Heated tobacco products or HTPs. Because apparently setting leaves on fire is so last century. These fancy gadgets heat tobacco just enough to release nicotine without the whole messy burning business. Think of it as a microwave for your vice, keeping it under a toasty 600 degrees centigrades. How thoughtful! Popular brands include the oh so sleek IQOS and Glow because nothing says I am health conscious like a designer nicotine delivery system. Sure, they are less harmful than cigarettes, but so is getting hit by a bicycle instead of a truck. Of course, vaping is not the only way to avoid cigarettes. Not tobacco or nicotine, mind you, just cigarettes. Snus is Sweden's gift to oral fixations. Just tuck a little pouch of powdered tobacco under your upper lip and let the nicotine seep directly into your bloodstream. How refined it is it not? The European Union banned it everywhere except Sweden because someone has to keep the tradition alive. While it won't turn your lungs into a smokestack, it might still mess with your heart and reproductive system. But hey, at least you won't smell like an ashtray. So, what's the bottom line? Whether you are heating it or stuffing it in your lip, tobacco is still tobacco. But points for creativity in finding new ways to maintain the habit while pretending it is somehow better for you and your health. But fear not, wave enthusiasts. Here to save the day, the Western world adopts a legal but regulated strategy. The United Kingdom, bless its heart, is practically handing out e cigarettes as party favors in the name of smoking cessation. The European Union, ever the bureaucratic dreamland, regulates vaping under the Tobacco Products Directive because nothing says fun like standardized safety regulations. And then there is the mighty United States, where vaping regulation is about as clear as a cloud of e cigarette vapor. While vaping products are technically legal nationwide, over 600 US municipalities have decided that flavored vapes are just too darn appealing to the youth. Heaven forbid they enjoy their routine addiction. Although vaping is banned in India, behold the brilliant solution by its innovative youth. They have rendered it as effective as paper umbrellas in monsoons. India's tech savvy youth have mastered the art of playing hide and seek with enforcement officials, treating the ban as more of a quaint suggestion than actual law. They do it in more than one law. In fact, they do it too more than one law. Now let us talk about health effects. Because who doesn't love a good pro and con list? On the pro side, a 2023 Cochrane review suggests that for every 100 people using nicotine e-cigarettes to quit smoking, 10 to 14 might actually succeed. Hurrah for the lucky dozenish. E-cigarettes are apparently 95% less harmful than traditional cigarettes, or so it is claimed. So only 5% are harmful. What a bargain! Good news, everyone. You can now annoy bystanders with your vape clouds while feeling slightly less guilty. A 2023 study found that e-cigarettes aerosol has lower levels of harmful compounds than cigarette smoke. It is practically a public service. But wait, there is more. And that more is the con side. It turns out delivering high levels of an addictive substance might lead to what else? Addiction. Who knew? The 2022 Surgeon General's report was particularly concerned about those pesky adolescent brains and their annoying tendency to be affected by nicotine. Will vaping lead to smoking? Maybe. A 2023 meta analysis found that while e cigarette use was associated with increased odds of subsequent cigarette smoking, this association is decreasing over time. So, it is a gateway that's slowly closing. How exciting! A 2023 study found that even short-term e-cigarette use can lead to small airway obstruction and increased airway resistance. But hey, at least your lungs are getting a workout, right? Do you remember the 2019 vaping lung injury outbreak? While cases have declined since, it's a lovely reminder that inhaling mystery liquids might have consequences. Who would have thunk it? Globally, policymakers are having a ball regulating this stuff. New Zealand implemented a smoke free generation policy in 2023. So, if you are born after 2008, no vapes for you. Canada decided in 2023 that nicotine should be limited and flavors restricted to tobacco and mint or menthol because nothing says quit smoking like the taste of tobacco. Australia is sticking to its guns with a prescription only model for nicotine e-cigarettes. Nothing like needing a doctor's note to get your fix. Or at least doctors should also have a share in the growing pie. The European Union is revisiting the Tobacco Products Directive, potentially banning flavors and increasing taxes. Because if there is one thing the European Union loves more than regulations, it is taxes. In the United States, the FDA continues its thrilling review of e-cigarette products. The end result remains a suspense. Isn't it an edge of your seat stuff? Predictably, India has legislated a ban and then the legislators went into a slumber. In 2019, the Prohibition of Electronic Cigarette Act or PECA prohibited production, manufacture, import, export, transport, sale, distribution and advertisement of e-cigarettes. Phew, what a huge list, but quite comprehensive. Even possession of e-cigarette is a crime, but the powers that be forgot to enforce the law. It is truly heartwarming to watch a nation that is home to some of the world's finest IT professionals pretend that they can't figure out how to get their hands on devices that are being shipped to every corner of the globe. As the global vaping market races at 31% annual compound rate towards a staggering $50 billion valuation, India stands firm on its moral high ground, or at least the appearance of it. While underground markets flourish like bacteria in a petri dish, who needs regulated safety standards anyway? So, like all banned stuff, our youth can easily get the stuff from a pan bidi shop or even a friendly NRI visitor. Laws are meant to be violated. That's the prevalent idea. No, sir, you cannot bulldoze the delinquent's house. Bulldozers are for you know what and who. Now, for all you expectant mothers out there wondering if vaping during pregnancy is a good idea, here's the scoop. A 2023 review, it seems 2023 and perhaps even 2024 were watershed years in the history of vaping. So this 2023 review reveals that e-cigarette use during pregnancy was associated with increased risks of small for gestational age births and preterm delivery or premature delivery for that matter. But hey, at least the risks were lower than with traditional cigarettes. Silver linings, people. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommends pregnant individuals should not use e-cigarettes. Party poopers. A 2024 study found that exposure to e-cigarette aerosol during pregnancy was associated with certain neurodevelopmental changes in infants. But who doesn't love a little surprise when it comes to child development? And for all you aspiring Picassos and Olympic athletes out there, I have got bad news for you. Another 2023 review found no convincing evidence that nicotine or vaping enhances creative thinking or artistic output. So much for vape for inspiration. The World Anti-Doping Agency is keeping an eye on nicotine but hasn't banned it as of 2024. So, vape away athletes, just don't be surprised when your performance tanks. A 2024 study found that acute use of nicotine containing e cigarettes led to temporary increases in heart rate and blood pressure. But who needs stable vitals for sports anyway? As we hurtle towards the future, our understanding of vaping's impacts continues to evolve. It's a brave new world where we are balancing the potential benefits for adult smokers against the need to protect youth and non smokers. Because apparently we can't have nice things without someone trying to ruin it for everyone. For individuals, especially pregnant women, youth, and athletes, the current evidence suggests caution. But let's be real. When has caution ever been fun? Adventure is fun, is it not? In conclusion, as vaping approaches its teenage years as a mainstream phenomenon, we are still figuring out if it is a rebellious phase or here to stay. Will it be the savior of smokers or the doom of a new generation? Only time and countless more studies will tell. In the meantime, vape at your own risk and maybe consider taking up a less controversial hobby. Painting, for example. But painting is so last century, right?